You have told them that we have a 15-minute PowerPoint limit. I think we invoked that about 6 months ago.
Good evening. I'm District Secretary Nicole Gonzalez. It is Tuesday, August 7th, 2018. This is a regular meeting of the Dublin San Ramon Services District Board of Directors. A special board meeting was held earlier today, attended by Directors Von Peter Leopold, Michelot, Halkett, and Forte. In accordance with DSRSD's Day of Service policy, no director will receive any compensation or stipend for participating in more than one meeting on this date. Additionally, a teleconference will not be held this evening, as noted on the agenda, as Director Howard is no longer able to participate in the meeting. Presiding this evening is President Von Peter Leopold.
Call the meeting to order. Please stand and join me in the pledge to the flag.
Did we
forgot to move it back.
Oh.
Yep. Hold on a second. Please wait a moment while we find the flag.
Jan Martin takes their pause.
Left it behind.
That's awesome.
Meeting of a different public agency, kind of flag and
You know, I used to go to a county commission meeting with a little flag that was in, because every room we met in didn't have a flag, which is
She's had flags in every room.
yes. Well, if you just have a little one, you're going to march in.
Here.
Color guard.
Don't touch the
Oh, we have color guard this time. Don't.
Oh,
Stand.
Drum roll,
Of
please.
course it has no fringe.
Oh, where's the stand?
Oh,
It's
it's
not
strange.
it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Director Halkett,
I'm here.
Director Howard, Director Duarte,
Here.
Vice President Michelot,
Here.
President Von Peter Leopold.
Here. Move on to item 4, special announcements and activities, new employees.
Yes, it is my pleasure, to introduce Herman Chen. He has joined us to learn as much as he can about our financial services supervisor position for Karen Maiden to part the end of September. So thank you very much for letting us have this overall. It's a critical position, in my opinion, and I wanted to want as much finance training as possible. And the one thing that Karen did immediately, which I was very effective, is she moved out of her office so that we could see further first. So, Herman, if he's been here a while, you might recognize him. He used to work for the district as a financial analyst in finance. He has 13 years of experience in the financial analyst world and in utilities. He went to work for a company in water between DSRSD and now. He is very versed in budget, in rate studies, financial analysis, accounting, and a lot of other things. So a warm welcome to Herman. And he told me that he missed the culture of the district, which is why we wanted to come back and he was retired.
Good.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
Carol mentioned I was a recycling employee.
Recycle water and recycle food.
We can have a recycled board member.
Sure. Welcome board. Thank you for having me. So, as Carol mentioned, I came from Alphaville County Water District, so we're very financial and budget manager there. I haven't been away that long, but I think that I was very welcome and a lot of familiar faces and a lot of new faces. So the district is transitioning, and exciting time to be here. So I'm glad I had the opportunity to come back, and I look forward to working with all of you.
Great, we look forward to working with you, so, too. As Karen will tell you, we work pretty close with her particular position.
Right, I'm aware.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that it? No more new employees today?
Okay.
One, that's it.
This is,
Slow it down.
and this one's pretty important.
When you wait about 2 months, you'll be the first one you have to see.
Okay, let's move on to item 5, public comment. Seeing no members of the public, we'll go back to that. Item 6, reports.
Yes, we have a number of meetings coming up in the future. We've got a ribbon cutting to recycled water plant. This is a Duro Pleasanton home celebration, so it's not a broadly advertised thing. So that's at 9 o'clock next Wednesday, August 15th. We have an External Affairs Committee briefing on various issues on August 21st. We have a liaison meeting that day also with the City of Dublin, the External Affairs Committee. A little later in the week, on August 23rd, we have a liaison meeting with the City of Pleasanton. Some of these meetings are being driven by the upcoming Tri-Valley Water Liaison meeting, which is happening on September 6th. So you'll see some thematic linkages between all of those meetings. And then we have a liaison meeting with East Bay Mud and Central Sand, Central Sand on the morning of September 4th. We really anticipated exciting event. And it may be the silver lining in all of this is we may be able to cancel the September 4th regular board meeting and look at the calendar ahead and remind you to
So, I hate to be that guy. I have a senior limits. Can you please email me all so I can make sure? I think I'm on all these.
Yes,
And
you are.
you don't need her.
Yes, you are.
And you don't need the meetings.
Dan's report has a page with our meetings in August 27th report, August, July.
But I'll make sure all of these are in one place. I'll
Okay.
send an email to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Just got times and I'll follow that. General mind.
Okay, any correspondence to or from the board? Joint Powers Authority, the Jerwa meeting, any questions about what happened, what we did? All right. And do we need to move anything around on the agenda?
No,
Okay. Item 7, consent calendar. These are items that are typically non-controversial and can usually be passed with one action.
I'd like to pull 7B.
7B. Okay.
And I'll move to approve 7A, C, and D.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve items 7A, 7C, and 7D on the consent calendar. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion unanimously passed with no abstentions, 1 absence. Okay.
The only reason I asked pull 7B is I had a question on the capital improvement construction project conditions for acceptance listed on our report 1 through 5. And I would like to suggest that food for thought that we add that the district engineering, well, the district should file the notice of completion somewhere in that timeline. And I say this because we run into this all the time, talking from a contractor's perspective, that the lien period for the 180 days doesn't begin until the notice of completion is filed. And we find that many public works agencies will accept the project, but no one in staff goes and actually files a notice of completion.
We always follow those completion accounts so that we make sure all substantive pays before we do our final payment. So that does.
So you're already doing that as a matter of fact. Not a matter of routine, I'm sorry.
Practice.
Okay.
With that, I'll move to approve item 7B.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve item 7B of the consent calendar. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, move on to item 8, board business. Item 8A, receive presentations on the Citizens Water Academy.
Good evening, this will be quick. This was our first time doing this, timing, about under 10 minutes. This is our first inaugural Citizens Water Academy, and we think it was a roaring success. These were the dates that it was held, one night a month, March, April, and May. And we did it so that people would understand our value here in the community. We did it to educate folks about the services that we provide, water, wastewater, recycled water. And we did it to inform people that we have a board that's elected by the community so that people would know about this, because we haven't had any contested elections the last two. So we anticipated that Director Howard would be retiring. And then also we wanted to build support for the whole idea of water supply, diversity, and reliability. And so that's what that was all about. Okay. So who came? We had 52 people applied to attend. We wanted to hold it in this room because we wanted to take away the mystique of being on the board. So we thought if they had to come here 3 nights, be in the boardroom, it would do that. But it was limited to only 30 people, because by the time we set up tables, because they had work tables and they wanted to take notes and all that kind of stuff, it was really all we could cram in here. We will probably move it next year to the field ops facility, but this was our first year, and so we had 25 people attend. I forgot to say, and 20 who actually graduated, and they learned all kinds of wonderful things. They learned about our governance, and that we are a government, and that we're independent, special district, all enterprises, all that good kind of stuff. They learned about the challenges that we deal with. They also learned how to sign up for Aquahawk if they hadn't already signed up for that, and about our water system. They learned how we treat and dispose of wastewater, how we make irrigation water from wastewater, where the money comes from, where the money goes, nice big financial overview, how we have 3 business enterprises, all kinds of wonderful things, and how we manage our assets so that we don't have disruption of service, and we're not wasting money replacing something until it really needs to be replaced, and making repairs that don't need to be done. Each month they went on a different tour. In fact, we started out the night with a tour, so they had to be on time on the bus, and boom, we were out the gate. And so the first month it was the pump station and a reservoir. And one of the women on the tour was like, "Oh, I live right down here below this reservoir. Good to know." And then the second, it was about the wastewater treatment plant, and the third, it was about the recycled water system. So each time they got a different look at the systems that we provide. And I have to tell you, Levi gets the gold in terms of evaluations. He got a straight 5. The highest you can get from all the evaluators. Everybody else got very high 4s, but Levi got the gold. He came to present.
He got the golden tour. Get a Levi tour.
Yeah, so we learned a few things. We actually learned a whole lot of things, but I'm going to just hit the highlights. We learned that putting notices, we did little inserts in the bills. The people who got the first set of, because it takes 2 months to reach all our customers, the first people who got the notices and signed up didn't show up. So, and then we had a problem with one. Oh, I know, the part of San Ramon where we provide wastewater because they don't get a bill. So we had to send them a postcard. So we realized that postcards, we got better results. So next time, everybody's getting a postcard, because that's a better way. And the postcard was closer to when it started, where the first folks to get the bill insert, it was way out from March. It was like January, I think. So,
yeah, and I think now that we have the e-billing,
yes.
I haven't opened the bill in a year.
Yes. Yes, but postcards, people
No,
look at.
exactly. That's why I think it's the better way to do it.
That was one side of the postcard, and then the flip side had more information about, what they could sign up for. Also, stupid me, this is California, you have to provide vegetarian meals. You cannot have dinner and not have a vegetarian meal, or an option for vegetarians. And we did a different local Dublin restaurant, catered each month. It was a different restaurant. So, different cuisine, but there will always be vegetarian options, learn that one. And we also learned that people don't remember to bring their name tags back, so we just collect them at the end, so that everybody has a name, because, we're trying to get them to know each other and become a community, and we'll do better next time. So, that's what we learned. The results were wonderful. This is Lori, she's giving out water conservation devices. That was in one of our meetings. We had the last session, there was a 10-minute high flyover about potable reuse, and Dan made the comment that if you want to hear a long version of this, come to the next board meeting, which was a few nights later. 2 people showed up. 2 graduates from the Citizens Water Academy came because they wanted to hear the hour-long presentation about potable reuse. Go figure, isn't that cool? We had 11 people who signed up saying, yes, send me legislative alerts, and I might send a letter or make a phone call to my elected official. So that's kind of cool, which was another purpose we did this. And the evaluations were full of praise. These are just a few of the comments that people made, but it was overwhelming how amazed people were. And I must say, I was really hard on the senior managers. I told them, you cannot kill people with your PowerPoint presentations. It has to be brief. The longest presentation was 7 minutes. And if they didn't get any questions from the audience, that was a fail. They all got questions. They got lots of questions. They got people engaged. There was a lot of conversation. It was really kind of fun to watch because people were just like into it. I mean, you guys are into it because you're on the board. But you would have loved, Georgine saw some of it, she witnessed, it was just really cool to see people who really didn't have a clue when they walked in that first night get hooked,
Yeah, I attended all 3 of the sessions when they came back here, and, Sue's right, they were so into it, it was really exciting to see the average person who doesn't live it day and night like we do, or like staff does day and night,
Right.
And they were asking intelligent questions about, the future and how we got here, and it was really good.
And the other cool thing is we had a good mix of our customers. We had people from Doherty Valley, from Old Village, San Ramon, sewer customers only, from Dublin, all over Dublin, so it was really a good mix. Age-wise, we had young, medium, old, we had a real men, women, it was a really good mix of our customers, so that was also really kind of cool. So I think this is questions. Any or comments or?
So now that how big of a pain in the hiney was this to pull off? Was it a
Depends on who you ask.
Was it a 3-alarm hiney, or was it a 3-alarm pain, or was it?
You might ask those folks.
How big of a pain in the hiney was?
So much you want. She's the car behind the drum.
Our taskmaster.
Or, and I'm assuming it's probably a lift this first time, but now that the curriculum exists.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yes.
It's the first time putting it all together is more of a lift. And I think we're doing other things going on in search. Liaison meetings, when we have time, and other things, so we're trying to prepare for different things all at the same time. It's easy, but I think that the next time around, we'll already have our spiel prepared.
We have a good skeleton. You always have to see, do we have to arrange the flesh a little bit differently on the bones? But for the most part, it's very, we've got a good foundation to build on for future.
I'm so happy you guys pulled that off. It's beyond all the mom and apple pie parts, depending on how water diversification plays out, we have a fairly heavy political lift to pull off here.
Right.
And the more groups of 20 people that really know facts versus crumbing in the paper,
Right.
the better.
And the more individuals who we might inspire to contact their elected officials in Sacramento or Washington, D.C. for that. So building that core group is really, really good. So, yeah. So we're not moving. Okay, any other questions?
I have to say I was surprised at the number of applicants. I think it says something about our base of people that live in the Tri-Valley, being a little bit higher educated than some of the communities around us. There were people that were looking for information, they really wanted it.
We had people from Pleasant, we had people outside our service
I
area
didn't know that.
applying, yes, for this program. And one thought is, but not next year, but that it'd be cool to have like a Tri-Valley water.
Well, that's sort of what Angela and I tried to do when we got, what's his name, Quinn? The aqua person.
Tim Quinn.
Yes, when we got him down here to speak. Didn't quite turn out that way, and we had more politicos than we had residents, but that was the original intent, was to try and get as many people as possible on the same page about understanding where water came from.
Right. Yep. Ready for the next item?
Sure. Unless anybody has any questions or comments. Okay?
Okay. So, now the plan is to annually, we've been thinking about this, and it's been suggested by Director Morte that we consider giving a state of DSRSD an annual address to our local city councils, maybe the chamber's economic development committees, maybe community groups, whoever wants to hear it, basically, but especially the cities that we serve. And the thought is that we would have a 10-minute version, because the cities will be lucky if we get 10 minutes, might be 5 on their agenda. Groups and organizations might give us 20 to 30 with a Q&A time. Especially like economic development, that might be the longest presentation. So, we can tailor it. So I'm going to just briefly show you the 10-minute version, which there's only 8 slides. So we'll be quick, but the idea is to help them understand how we are 3 separate enterprises, each its own business. Money doesn't flow between the 3. The people who get the water services pay for that, the people who get the collection of wastewater pay for that, the people who get the wastewater treatment pay for that. And there are 3 different enterprises, 3 different businesses, so to speak. So, that's a big high flyover. Then we want people to also understand what our operating budget is and what our capital budget is. They're almost, they're very close, in terms of 1 year plan. Anyway, numbers are good, always good. Then we want them to see our service area, and we've added the red dotted line in bigger type for the counties to help people get the idea that we're 2 separate counties. We're 2 counties, we serve 3 cities, one of them by contract, the other 2 are in our service area. It's all wonky, the management of water. To people who are not in it, they just sort of scratch their head and shake their head and say, what? But, trying to explain all that. This map kind of does that. Then we want to highlight some big accomplishments. So you see we've got, something from each of the areas, and we're going to add a little Citizens Water Academy, because that's kind of a cool thing. And if we talk about it for a couple of years, maybe others will want to join in and do it Tri-Valley wide. The more we can do regional things, the better, because we need to solve a lot of our problems regionally. So we got to bring the others along with us. And then we talk about our goals. You can see lots of big, heavy lifts, lots of stuff, for the future. And then we'll highlight, and we'll open it up for questions. So that's sort of the high flyover. Because the cities limit us in time, this will be scripted to try to stay within that 10 minutes. If they go over with the Q&A part, that's okay, that's on them. But we need to do the presentation in 10 minutes or less, so we will want to do a lot of dry runs and rehearsals to get it down, so that, we stay on script and we get our key branding messages out and all that good kind of stuff. So basically, this is the high flyover. Did I forget anything?
No, everything. That's cool.
Okay.
So you're all set about when?
Pardon?
You're all set about when?
Initially we wanted to do this like in January, but Citizens Water Academy jumped the line and, got attention first. And so then we realized, the fall is even better because it's after our fiscal year ends. So we can talk fiscal year instead of calendar year, which, makes sense for us. And so September, maybe mid to late September, as soon as we get the annual report done, because that will be an handout when we go and speak to groups, they'll get our annual report as, backup document for, the high flyover, what we're all about, and, what we've accomplished in the past year, and where we're going in the future. So that's sort of the question.
The bullet point scripting is important.
Very scripted, yeah.
We've got to be able to,
We want to say
we've got to be able to send any
consistent.
given board member or any given
Yes.
single staff member go out. We have salaries in this.
Yes,
If a senior staff member goes, a board member needs to go with them.
yes. And what I'll do is I'll put notes below each slide to help, with what should be addressed. Because the theory is, it's a minute a slide. But if you spend 3 minutes on one slide, you throw off the company. So that's why we try to script it carefully to get the key messages out. So, do you have a question, Paul? Or just help?
Any preference on how we do the presentation? So pairing up a senior staff member and a board member, anybody volunteering for that?
Cynthia and I used to do it for putting on a revival. We went to all the service clubs and the city councils and
They'll need to be trained, and I think we sell it the buddy for that. Or if somebody really, really doesn't want to do it, I'll train them. I'll be trained. I mean, I can pass it for a slide.
Comfortably.
It can be a little loquacious.
I think for sake of appearance, I should give the assembly one presentation.
Probably should.
probably should, yeah.
All righty.
Very good, very good.
It'd be nice to do this before the election.
September is the goal. I just need to get the annual report.
And it will all be subject, of course, we'll be asking to be invited, so.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
If we
When
get
our
on,
host can shoehorn us in.
Yes.
yes, yes.
Oh, me? No, that's your. What you said that.
Sorry.
That was interesting, sorry. Okay, let's move on to item 8C. There are no more comments, and I have 8. Okay. Open the public hearing. And who's going to give the report? Okay.
Good evening, board members. In 2001, the district decided to provide water to Dublin Valley. But we had a little problem in that we had a Department of Water Service charge to our customers every year, which the zone can put onto the property tax map of Dublin County. They do not have the authority to do so in the county property. So the Dublin Valley standby charge district is formed, and as part of that, we refer to the board every year asking for a resolution to which we did it with last board meeting, and this board meeting, we have a public hearing about the district's report and direct staff to work the assessment, and then we contact the assessment office in Costa County, which we usually by August 10th, and they actually report the estimated charges for every water to provide water to that area onto the tax rolls. So tonight we are having a public hearing and we want to adopt the engineer's report as well as direct us to proceed with that assessment. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Members of the public? Any questions? Public, yes.
So, close the hearing first, right?
Yeah.
Move to close the public hearing.
Also, it's been moved and seconded that we close the public hearing. All those in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion unanimously carried with one absence and no abstentions. Okay. Public hearing's closed. Any discussion, comments? So, motion to accept the engineer's report?
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we accept the engineer's report regarding the annual assessment in Doherty County. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion unanimously carried with no objections, no abstentions. All in favor? Okay. Move on to,
Just to be crystal clear, so we said to approve the resolutions, there's accepting the report, but there's also other directing actions in the resolution.
okay.
All the staff recommendations.
adopt the resolution included. Resolution included.
And levy the third.
So you both want to amend what you said?
I will amend it to that.
Yeah. Second? Okay. Get that, Nicole? All righty. Number 9, board member items.
Actually, I have one. It's a minor one. It's interesting. Last week, it falls in the category of wouldn't it be nice. Last week, the EPA loaned Orange County $135 million as part of a $282 million project. For one of the treatment plants in the area and do groundwater recharge to the tune of 31,000 acres a year. So there's somebody who knows how to use the groundwater basin and pour their resources.
And that was Orange County, right? Not LA?
Yeah, Orange County. San Diego,
LA's doing it.
San Diego down on YouTube is about that. You know, there are funds out there and there are people that are supplying their water supplies.
Just need to do it. We need enough numbers. Maybe that's it, we should ask for more.
We made a project first. Anyway, that's all I have.
Okay. Yeah. Guess what? I don't have anything at all either. So we will move on to our closed sessions. So let's do it. Here we go. Item 10A and 10B.
So, minor agenda item. Do you want to flip-flop those so everybody doesn't have to do it around when
I guess we can 10 be first and then 10.
Okay, sure. No problem. So we're going to go into closed session right now, and the recording will stop. Okay.
He knows